You ever see a play that's so good it just gives you chills? You know, a single moment that sticks with you, that you just keep replaying in your mind. Well, today, we're going to break down the DNA of those legendary moments and really figure out what makes them so unforgettable. So what is it exactly? Because it's not just about the points on the scoreboard, right? It's about the story, the emotion, the perfect timing. It's that little bit of magic that turns a really good play into something truly iconic. So in this explainer, we're going to dissect that magic. We're going to feel the explosive impact of just raw power. Then we'll witness the quiet genius of precision when the pressure's on. After that, we'll track the unstoppable force of a momentum shift. And finally, oh yeah, we'll see what happens when the entire script gets flipped and the defense steals the show. Okay, so here's the key. Every legendary highlight tells a complete story in just a few seconds. You've got a setup, a climax, and a resolution. So let's start unpacking those stories, starting with the most explosive kind. All right, first up, pure, unadulterated power. You know what I'm talking about. These are the moments that make you jump right out of your seat, the plays that feel less like a sport and more like a force of nature. And honestly, there's no better example of raw power than a grand slam. For anybody who might not be a huge baseball fan, this is pretty much the ultimate offensive play. You've got the bases loaded, a runner on every single base, and the batter just smashes it out of the park. 4 runs, all in one swing. The pitch comes in, and you hear that sound, that perfect crack of the bat. The ball just absolutely explodes off the wood. The whole stadium just holds its breath as it sails, and you just know. You know it's not coming back. Jorge Soler gets every last piece of that ball for a grand slam. The entire story of the game changes in that single swing. But it's not always about that brute force, is it? Let's shift gears to a different kind of brilliance. Sometimes the most breathtaking moments are born from absolute total focus, from a level of skill that's almost silent in its perfection. So in golf, getting a birdie is fantastic. That's 1 stroke under the expected score. A great achievement. But an eagle, 2 strokes under par? That's exceptional. It takes a perfect mix of power, planning, and just a surgeon's touch to pull that off. So, when we see Tommy Fleetwood lining up this putt at the Masters, it's already a huge moment. But get this is for his 2nd eagle of the day. The rarity of that is just completely off the charts. You can just feel the pressure mounting. And he just drains it. There's no explosion, no deafening roar, just this quiet moment of absolute mastery. That perfect little drop of the ball into the cup, what a brilliant display of touch and control. It just speaks volumes. Okay, so we've seen a single moment of power and a single moment of precision, but what happens when one athlete starts stringing those moments together? Well, that's when you get a momentum shift, a story that just builds and builds until they seem completely unstoppable. Just take a look at Rory McIlroy here. He gets to the 15th hole, and it's like a switch just flips. He sinks a birdie. Nice. Then he strolls up to 16 and sinks another birdie. Okay, he's heating up. Then on 17, he does it again. And to cap it all off, on the final hole, a 4th consecutive birdie. I mean, come on, that's just unreal. See, this isn't just one great play. It's a whole narrative of dominance. With each and every shot, he's not just lowering his score, he's telling every other player on the course that he is in total control. That's how you build a legend. But what about the ultimate plot twist? When the story we all think we're watching gets completely ripped up and rewritten in a split second. This is when the defense doesn't just make a play, it steals the entire highlight. So the scene is set. You've got Mike Trout, one of the most powerful hitters in the game, up at the plate. We all know what that raw power looks like, and frankly, we're all expecting it. This is the setup for a story we feel like we've seen before. We're just waiting for that explosive sound. And there it is. He connects, and the ball just rockets towards the outfield. It's high, it's deep, it's heading for the wall. This is the climax we all saw coming. A surefire home run. It's out of here. But hang on. Out of nowhere, TJ Friedl is racing back. He times his jump perfectly. He reaches over the wall and he catches it. No way, he brings it back. He completely rewrites the end of the story. The triumph is just stolen right out of midair. That kind of plot twist is just, it's electric. So when you really break it all down, legendary highlights are made of these core ingredients. You've got the raw, game-changing force of Soler's grand slam. You have the quiet, flawless precision of Fleetwood's eagle, the building narrative of McIlroy's birdie streak, and, of course, the jaw-dropping surprise of Friedl's home run robbery. And that brings us to the final question for you to think about. Each one of these ingredients creates a legendary moment, but which one do you think is the most essential? What truly makes highlights stick with you forever? Is it the power, the skill, the story, or that absolute surprise? It's something to think about the next time you see something incredible.